the dynamics of a startup is that at the beginning, you're basically a group of people in search of a repeatable and scalable business model. Hi, I'm Marc Randolph, co-founder of Netflix and 6 other companies. Over the years, I've heard that will never work thousands of times, but I've learned there are things we all can do to increase the chances that they will. So join me for That Will Never Work.
The issue of a founder appointing a CEO. Do you have any general, advice that you can give for when is the right time for a founder to step to one side and appoint a CEO to run the company?
There's a couple of ways to answer that. And since I am going to assume this is specific to you, as opposed to this generalized case, because the normal answer to that, and it doesn't get asked very often, but the normal answer to that is that once you realize that you're no longer the right person for the job. I often talk about the dynamics of a startup is that at the beginning, you're basically a group of people in search of a repeatable and scalable business model. And so the key skill is searching. And searching requires that you be very comfortable running over to a rock, getting your crowbar, prying the rock over, and not there. No problem. You run to the next rock. And now this one requires a hoist, and you have to figure out how to build a hoist to lift that rock up. And you've got to be comfortable doing something different every day. You've got to be good at not only using crowbars, but using hoists. You have to have all kinds of different skills. You're a generalist. You have ADHD. It's a different skill set. And people who are great at startups are great at that. However, if you're lucky, then you get to achieve this product market fit. You do have a repeatable, scalable model. And now your job is to repeat it and scale it.
Right.
And the skill sets for repeating and scaling are very, very different. And it's very, very common for the person who was the unbelievable star during the searching phase is struggling during the repeat and scaling phase. And it could happen as you go from 10 to 100 employees. It could happen, you go from 100 to 1,000. It may even not happen until you go from 1,000 to 10,000. But it almost always happens. And usually the problem that people come to me with is I have an employee who's been a loyal employee all these years, and they did everything for me and they worked out. But now the job's changed. It's much bigger. It's much more complicated. And they're not the right person. And I need to counsel them out. And all I can do is commiserate and go, yeah, that sucks, but that's part of what it is. But the thing you're bringing up is, well, sometimes the person who needs to be counseled out is you, that you're the person who no longer scales with the company. But I don't think that's what you're alluding to, because you're still extremely early. You're still searching for the repeatable, scalable model. So in my case, what I would recommend is that the time is, if you say, this is not my long-term biz, I'm a coffee roaster, or I'm an itinerant entrepreneur, I want to do something different. The answer is it's really hard to recruit someone to run a company until they know what it is they're running.
I see.